Hello, neighbor. Hey, it's me, the Mighty Plantain. Thanks for checking out this beer review. We're going to take a look at something from Clown Shoes this time around. One of my favorite breweries. These guys have never really disappointed me. I don't think I've had a beer from them that I haven't enjoyed. We're going to look at the Barista. This is a breakfast brown ale. It says here it's brewed with espresso, oatmeal, and milk sugars. So that should provide an interesting taste. The description on the label for these guys is almost as much fun to read as the beer is to drink. And they reference one of their previous brews. It says, a Clown Shoes legend, Brown Angel, put away her dancing shoes to focus on extracting espresso, brewing coffee, and pouring latte art with zen-like focus. The Barista Breakfast Brown is crafted with Maris Otter malt, flaked oatmeal, cold brewed espresso, milk sugars, and the spirit of angel wings. Now, Brown Angel was, I believe, was actually an IPA or a hoppy style beer. Coffee and hops don't always mix, although I have had Stone's Americano, not Americano Stout. Stone had a beer that mixed coffee flavors with IPA, and it worked out pretty well. I don't recall the exact name of the brew off the top of my head, but it's not something I see often, but the one time I have, it worked out well. Got a decent head on that one. Make sure to hit me up down below with a like, a share, and a subscribe. That way you'll get a notification every time I post a new video. Hopefully you're getting some value out of them. It's an interesting color of brown. It's, I guess I'd call it an espresso brown. Just a little bit of light coming through, actually, but in the area that it does, it's very brown. Even where there's no light coming through, it's still a brownish color. So a very, very dark brown, not quite the black of a stout, but a very, very brown, opaque brown. And down through here, I'd almost say a muddy coffee brown. Almost looks like it could be a bit cloudy too. In the small area down here where there's enough light coming through, it looks like there's some particulates floating in there and it's a little cloudy. Not getting much of an aroma off of it. Maybe a slight hint of that coffee and espresso, but not much in the aroma. It's got a nice medium heavy mouthfeel. It's got that odd sourish taste that I associate with high ABV beer, especially with Imperials. So let's see. It's 8.5%, so it's up there, but it's not quite in the double digits. There is that slightly off-putting sourish taste that I do get from a high alcohol by volume beer, but it's not quite in the double digits, which is surprising that that's coming through in a Clown Shoes brew. That does fade to some slight espresso and coffee notes. As I drink it, the coffee notes are coming through stronger. The milk sugars, it almost gives me that impression of the scalded milk that you get on a nice espresso. It's an interesting interplay of flavors. Not getting much in terms of the hop profile from this one. Maybe just a little bit of overall bitterness in the middle of the sip as it rolls off the tongue, but honestly, overall, it's an interesting interplay of flavors, but not necessarily one that I'm really enjoying or blown away by. I'm really on the fence with this one, because it is a Clown Shoes brew, and they have never really disappointed or turned me off before. And this beer isn't disappointing me so much as I'm just not going crazy over it. The coffee notes are getting stronger. The espresso, and then there is that scalded milk flavor, which is probably not related to the milk sugars. Even milk sugars are sweet. But overall, pardon. Overall, you gotta hit this one with a 3 out of 5. Now bear in mind, on a scale of 1 to 5, a 5 is great, 1 is a crap, and 2.5 is average. So a 3 out of 5 puts this just slightly above average, which I'm not used to rating a Clown Shoes beer so low at a 3 out of 5, but it's slightly above average. But the fact that I'm getting a lot of that odd high ABV taste for something that's 8.5%, is really the overwhelming flavor in there for me. Followed by a bit of the espresso and coffee notes coming through, and a little bit of that scalded milk flavor. So I don't know if I'm just missing some of the complexities of this brew, or what's happening there, but I'm hitting this with a 3 out of 5. I'm slightly impressed, but not overly impressed. It's above average. I'm glad I tried it, but I'm not that crazy about it. But hey, that's just my opinion. You might try this beer and love it. Hit me up down in the comments and the email link down below. Let me know if you agree or disagree. I'd love to hear your opinion. I'll also put a quick user poll up here. Let you rate the beer 1 through 5 on your own. I can't do the half ratings, unfortunately. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are the only options through YouTube. I get 5 responses to the poll. So I gotta go with the whole number ratings. And, well, like I said, I'm really reluctant to hit this with such a low rating because it is a Clown Shoes beer, but I gotta be honest. This particular one is not as much of a hit with me as some of their others might be. So like I said, hit me up in the comments, the email link down below if you agree or disagree. Hit that user poll. Give me your rating. I'd like to know what you think. Till next time, folks. Thanks for checking me out, and cheers.